Hey everybody, this is Herschel Furl from High School Top 200, and this next preseason ranking is Timaru boys. Um, Timaru boys have had a lot of guys return this year, and it looks really strong. They've added some guys as well, which is pretty cool because then it means that they've actually plugged the gaps that they needed to fill in, and it's taking care of their rotations as well, so they don't have to have too many guys playing out of position. Um, they probably have maybe one of the most underrated, I guess, teams in the country. Um, and I think that they will, and I think that they will do a lot better than most teams or most guys think that they're going to do. Um, I would take one of these guys as one of the stronger ones within the UC Cup, and so UC Comp, and so I think that these guys can actually even make the finals. They have that team to make the finals for um, the UC Comp, and so um, they are a team that you have to watch out for. Um, the front row with two of the Edwards brothers with Mac and Thomas are going to be there. I really like Thomas Edwards. Mac as well has moved from open side into the hooker position, which is cool. That's okay. I don't think that it's like a big fuss or anything like that. Shane Ficken's going to be there as well. Um, Cameron Lyon is going to be there, one of the lock. Cullum Grace is the other one that. See, I don't think Cullum Grace is a lock. I think that he's too mobile for a lock. I actually see him as a blindside. Even if it came down to New Zealand secondary schools, I think that if they were going to look at him, they wouldn't look at him as a lock because I think that in terms of the locks that we have, I actually think that he's put into lock um, because for one he's pretty tall, and at the same time they need to fill the areas. But if they had two tall locks who were 6'6", they wouldn't have him as a lock. They would have him as a blindside, which I think is his position. I think once he gets into um, club rugby next year, they'll use him as. I don't think they'll use him as a lock. That's just me. I think it would be a perfect blindside to have. Like if I had him on my team, I'll just make him a blindside. Who cares if he's like the tallest? I'll have the tallest blindside. You know, no use locking him in there if he's better coming off the side of the scrum, making tackles on number 8 to be more physical, things like that. And so that's just my take on it. But I don't think that he's a lock. I think that he'll be the perfect blindside that you would want. And so he's most likely going to be the captain again. So they've got that covered. Finlay Joyce is probably going to move to blindside because of that move around and stuff like that. And Finlay Joyce is another kid that I'm looking out for, and hopefully has a good next 2 years because he could be one of those guys considered for next year's New Zealand secondary school list kind of thing. I think he has it in him, and so I think that he would be one of those perfect guys. Um, Maka Mafaleo has come over um, from down south at Waitaki, and so he's moved up to Timaru. And for him personally, it is a massive move, and it's the best move. Like obviously, the guys down in Waitaki were probably pretty gutted that they lost such a good player like him, but moving up for his sake and for his um, chances at getting even more notice is going to be great at Timaru boys because he's a guy that you have to watch for when it comes to New Zealand or when it comes to the Crusaders, to the Knights under 18s, and so they have him. They have a guy named Xander Human who's a Western Province guy from South Africa. He's coming in and he'd be playing open side. Did a little bit of homework on him. I've got my South African connections as well, and so the word is that he is pretty good. He is pretty solid, and so he's a guy that will probably have a pretty fun time, and maybe have to adjust his levels a bit, playing in New Zealand. But then, I mean, he'll pick it up. It shouldn't be too hard for him to pick it up. Caleb McNoll is probably going to be at halfback with Ryan Greenslade at first 5. Um, I don't know too much about these two. I only know a little bit, and it's not enough to, to give any kind of real solid opinion on what they're going to be like. But I hope that they do well because Brad is back. Sivtinovic. Sorry if I obviously butchered your name. But then they've got another import guy, Tavita. And so Brad and Tavita are going to have to really get Ryan. Oh, no. Brad and Tavita have to get in good positions, and mainly Brad, to get the ball from Ryan where he doesn't have to struggle to get the ball out and along the line. So for me personally, I would be the one Brad hard out to tell him, because you gotta get there closer. You can't be too far away. You can't have that gap too far where he has to wind up his pass or anything like that. You have to be within the range of his passes, so he doesn't have to take that big step and it takes that extra split second to get the ball out. Always communicate to say where he is. I'm not saying that Ryan is this dopey guy that doesn't know how to play rugby. I'm just saying that because I don't know so much about him. I would be on Brad, telling Brad, you have to be in the position. Don't make him work. You work to get to the position where you need to be to get him, to get the ball from him in good position. So I'll put that all on Brad. Him and Tavita going to have to sort it out. Hayden McNulty will be on one wing, and they got a Fijian import as well on the other wing, and then Monty Nixon will be at the back as sort of I suspected anyway. And that's a good backline. That's a solid backline. Caleb and Ryan, like I said, I don't know so much about, but if they are new to it and they don't know it so well, Brad is the one that I'll get on because Brad's the experienced one. And so to me, it all kind of just depends on that. They still have other players in there, like Francis is there and Thomas Mulligan. I think they're all back, as well as Caleb Hunt Wheeler, and so hoping that all of these guys have come back. Depending, obviously I could be wrong on these fellas, but I mean, if at all they came back, it would be a really big help to them. Elliot Meyer's probably another guy as well, so we'll see what happens and see how it all goes. But that's my review for Timaru boys. Again, look out for them. Don't take them too lightly because they could destroy your team and they could break up your record as well. And so, yeah, don't take them lightly. Timaru boys, peace.